Well, hello there everyone, my name is Amy, this is The Opinionated Woman, and welcome to a reading vlog. This is our queer book club reading vlog. My dog is making noise. Shoosh, you hound. Okay, so we missed last month because open book was happening, so the book lounge was very busy. But just a few days ago, Brandon put up the voting thing on our WhatsApp group, and we could vote for the book that we wanted to read for September, and Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil, which by V.E. Schwab, which I voted for, won. And he's the one that convinced me that it's totally worth reading, because I was like, I'm not sure, I'm not much of a vampire person, even though it's lesbian vampires, like I don't know. And he was like, no, it's so weird, it's so good. It's along the same lines as Addie LaRue, and I loved Addie LaRue. So he has put aside a book for me. I asked him to put aside a book for me. Let us go and grab it from the book lounge. I'm here for the book club, the copy of the book. Hi. Sorry, Brandon knows me. Thank you so much. I'm glad I set it aside. It seems to be flying off the shelves. Oh. Yeah. Awesome. Have a great day. Cheers. See you on the... I got it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty. Wait. Spine shot. It's freaking gorgeous. So excited to get into this. I showed you in the car, but I wanted to show you again. This is Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I don't believe I have it in my hands. It's a chonkster. She is... I got 20% off because I was part of the book club. 533 pages. That's actually not that bad. It's just quite a tall book as well. So this is the book I'm going to be picking up next. I've got like 80. I've got 80 pages of the book that I'm reading left at the moment, and then we're getting into this, and I'm going to take you along. Okay, so I'm at work. I'm in the storeroom. This is where we eat lunch, in a pokey little store, but yeah, whatever, that's fine. So tonight I'm going to an event. So I'm wearing black pants. I don't own black pants that are going out worthy, so I had to borrow some from my sibling. And yeah, it's an event. It's like a soiree. Dan Corder's going to be speaking, and there's going to be live music, and then comedians, including Celine Chica, who is great. I've always wanted to see her live. We're mutuals on TikTok. She's very, very cool. I've met her once before. So yeah, we're going to go and do that, which is fun. Don't usually go out, so I will document me leaving the house, not for work. Amazing. Not too shabby for having done my makeup in the car outside of work. Just put on highlight, mascara, eyeliner, lipstick. We're on our way. I just got told by my boss that because we're doing so badly financially, my hours are getting cut. Yay! I got here really early, so I'm just like scoping out. Oh wait, I see a bunch of baddies. Are they going into where I'm going into? They're dressed in black and white. Dress code is black and white. Are you walking in? Yes! There's gonna be baddies at this event. They're so fine. Ooh. Nice. This one's here. Huh? I said this one's here.
That was cute. I know that we all look so nice. And so fancy and so educated, and that's nice. And we can save all of that energy for when Dan Corder is here. But until then, please, I'm gonna need you to do better than that, okay? All right, we're gonna need to feel like we're excited to be here, okay? So we're gonna do this again. Welcome to the colorful soiree!
Did you look at that man once and go, Jordan maybe? George Danton, you're Dan, I don't know.
Home. This is about to be consumed. I had a good old time. I still look quite cute. I got to chat to Celine more than I have been able to before offline, which was really nice. She's so hot. Oh my god. And then yeah, Dan Corder performed, and a guy called Tembi who was so funny. Everyone who performed was so talented, so hilarious. And I was out on Long Street on a school night. I mean, I don't have work tomorrow. I have therapy tomorrow. But now that I'm home, I am going to start Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. You know how yesterday I said that my work is cutting my hours? Well, the lady that works on the days that I don't work, so we have one lady that works every single day, and then the two of us, like she works 3 days, I work 2 days. She just resigned. So my boss asked me if I wanted to take her shifts. So I said, okay, but they're also cutting our hours. So now I'm going to be starting later in the day, and my coworker is going to be ending earlier. So they're cutting our hours, but I'm going to be earning more money than I was before. That's crazy. Like, I haven't caught a break when it comes to work, like, since I quit being a chef. And this is actually going to work for me. I'm actually going to end up with more money, and I don't have to wake up so early in the morning. Okay, I am coming to do an update. Because of these new working hours, I'm alone for some of the time that I'm working. So I thought I might as well just update you all in here. So Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil is following two different women. The first one is Maria, and it starts in the 1500s, and she's from like a poorer family, and then she catches the eye of a rich viscount, and then becomes his wife. Though she's not very interested in him, she doesn't want to be a mother, none of that. And she goes to stay with the Viscount's parents because he's off like fighting some war or something, or like dealing with man things. And she ends up meeting this woman called this widow that she remembers seeing when she was a kid, and she sees this widow again in a market and is like, that woman hasn't changed and it's been 10 years. Like, I don't understand. And yeah, that is how she becomes a vampire. I don't think that's really that spoilery. And then we're following Alice in 2019, and she's a lesbian. She's at Harvard, and she goes to a party, and she meets this girl with curly purple hair, and they have a one-night stand. And after that one-night stand, she wakes up without her next to her, and she can't understand why she can't eat. She can't understand why going out in the sun makes her so tired. And she can't understand why she has a desperate thirst for blood. So what's interesting is that in a lot of vampire books, one of the main things is that you always, you have the person who turned you to guide you through life as a vampire. But in this case, neither of them have that guidance. They're sort of just like stumbling along, trying to figure it out on their own. I'm about halfway through now. So they're just like trying to come to terms with this with like absolutely no guidance. I mean, Alice is just like, I can't be a vampire. Like, this is something that doesn't happen in real life. This is just a story. And then she slowly but surely is like, oh shit, this is true. And I like both characters. I think Maria has a lot of like chutzpah to her. And Alice is just trying her hardest. And we keep on flashing back with Alice 2 times with her sister. And I'm wondering if something is going to happen to her sister. because they seem to have quite a close relationship, especially because their mom died when they were very young. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It is giving Addie LaRue vibes with the way it's written. It's not gory, consistent action like a lot of vampire stuff, and it's not smut like a lot of other vampire stuff. But yeah, really enjoying it, and yeah, I'll update you later on. An interesting aspect of this is that, so Maria, who is now Sabine, she's making the biscuits, she's gay, so but she only feeds on women. You'd think that if she was gay, she would only feed on men, but it's to the point where men's blood tastes bitter to her. So because she's attracted to women, their blood tastes better to her. Which is so gross, but also really cool. It's just an interesting aspect to things. And it's so interesting seeing how different vampire books do different things when it comes to law. So like some vampire books, they can't go out in the sun at all because it'll burn them and they'll die. Whereas this, when they go out in the sun, they just feel really fucking sick. They feel really like weak and faint and like they're gonna vomit. And then they also need to be invited in, for instance, which is something that I think the first time I ever saw that in a vampire book, in a vampire piece of media, was True Blood. I didn't know that was like part of vampire law, that you needed to be invited into someone's home, and that happens in here. It's just very interesting to see how different authors tackle the same subject matter, like as vampires. It's very fascinating. I have finished Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, and I had such a good time with this. Like I said, we're following Alice, which is in 2019, and then Maria, which is in the 1500s, or this is the years that begin in. And I was always wondering, like, how are these stories going to link up? What's going to happen to join these two women together? And then about halfway through, we get a third point of view. And that sort of like weaves the two together, and then they culminate in like a very intense way. It's very hard to say how it happens without spoiling, but V. Schwab is just so good at writing characters. All of the characters are super distinct, even when you're in their heads. Each woman, even though they're all vampires, and we see them all as new vampires, and as older ones, their voices are so distinctive, and there are some points where it's just like kind of gruesome and a little bit gory, and like there was one point where I literally like audibly gasped at something that happens during this with the oldest vampire, Sabine, and yeah, it was just so well done. I'm very, very curious to see what they have to say about this at the book club. But now, as you can see, I'm packing some stuff. I'm going to be staying at my brother and his wife's place to look after the cat and dog. Cats, there's two cats. And dog while they're away doing something for my sister-in-law's family. So I will probably show you the animals. And then we'll go to book club together. I'm dog and cat sitting. There's Hugo, he's come with me. This is Leela, you've met her before. This is Sandy. And she's crazy. Are you crazy? Yeah, she's a typical ginger. She's the ruler of the roost. And she's gonna lick me again. She's been licking me so much. And then someone else. That's Mumphy. She's new. They just got her, so she's not so happy. Oh, big yawn! Not so happy about the dogs. This one couldn't give less of a fuck. Sandy. Okay, it is Queer Book Club Day. I nearly forgot. Luckily, they posted on the group, and I was like, oh my god, it's today. It's Friday. What the heck? So let's go to the book club. Okay, So book club happened yesterday. It was a good old time. It was very interesting hearing from the gay men's point of view, because like he was like, so what do you think about this book? The guy who runs it, and the one guy just goes, lesbians. And that's it. Like, they're really toxic, interconnected, like vengeful vampire lesbians, and just thought it was so funny. But yeah, we were discussing the different type of law and how you try and find that out. And then he told us that there's a interview with V. Schwab where she basically wrote all the points of view in one piece and then mushed them together to make it flow in between the different stories, which I thought was very interesting. And then he said that from their batch of books that they got a bunch of nameplates, which are basically like where an author will sign a piece of paper and it'll get sent off to like with some of the books. So she's not signing the actual page before it gets bound, she's signing a little thing. And he asked us a trivia question to see who would win it, and he said, what inspired Dracula? And I knew that it was Carmilla. So here's the clip of my sibling filming me putting the book plate in. Okay, will you hold this for me, please?
Yes. Like this.
Not with your paws and
Like this. Can you see
You're
it?
so good at this. Can you see it?
Can you see it?
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm done. Then let's get the light in.
Yes. Don't stand in the light.
Oh, my fingies are in the way. Remove them. This is a bad angle. Ooh.
Fancy book now. Fancy.
Wow.
By Victoria herself.
Victoire. Is that what the V stands for?
I think, yeah. Wonder what the E stands for.
I'm holding this like an idiot.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah. There it is. Got a V. Schwab signature. Very excited about that. And when he bought me the book plate, he also had put a freaking book in my hands. And I was like, wait, what? And, oh dear, I put it down in a wet spot. This is Hungerstone. This is what the actual cover looks like. Isn't it stunning? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So I got Heartstone, which is a retelling of Carmilla. So now I'm planning a vlog where I'm going to read Carmilla and then read Hungerstone. It's the unedited proof copy, so that's the front technically, and that's the back. But that's, yeah, that's the freaking stunning cover. So that is another month of the queer book club that we are done and dusted. In the next few days he's going to put up voting for the next book, and then we'll see what we'll be reading. I hope you enjoyed this. Do you have a queer book club near you? If you do, join it. It's so much fun. It's just a lovely time just to sit around with people and chat about books in like a queer safe space. It's just really good. Anyway, if you liked this, my TikTok and my Instagram are down below, along with my Shopify, which is where I sell my crochet creations. And there's also a link down there to my Kofi link, which is like a one-time tip jar if you ever want to support my channel. But other than that, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and check you next time.